Hi, Mark here from the Tangibound Podcast Network and host of the flagship show, the Tangibound Podcast. Did you know that we over at Tangibound are always looking for amazing podcasts to promote? And did you also know that we are also proud nerds and geeks of everything from movies, music, gaming, TV shows, and comic books to wrestling, MMA, soccer, and football? Whatever you can nerd or geek out about, we've got it. And if you're interested, we can help you find it. And if you're a show looking for a place to call home, we've got you covered. Side effects may include upset stomach, dizziness, tumors, shakes, and in some rare cases, death from excessive laughter. Though to be fair, it's only sometimes. Other side effects may include diarrhea, gallstones, heart palpitations, and strong desire for cookies on the dark side. Talk to your doctor and visit TangiboundNetwork.com and see if Tangibound Network is right for you.
Hello, and welcome to the Moving the Needle podcast, where we ask, what moves you? Excellent or bogus? Did anyone do the right thing? Do you mess with the Zohan? With me tonight to discuss Do the Right Thing, Rocky vs. Creed, childhood, guilty pleasures, a test of time, you don't mess with the Zohan, once upon a time in Hollywood. With me tonight is Stephanie.
Hello.
Roy. Hello. And Henno. Yo, we want to thank you for listening on iTunes. We're also available on Spotify, just about everywhere you can find podcasts. We are, so come on now,
Google
let
Play.
us know. Email us at mtnpodcast@gmail.com or on facebook.com/mtnpod. Twitter and tweet us at mtnpod. There's so many ways to find us.
Welcome to the podcast from Temperance Town, the sexiest podcast of world renowned. Tony grows a beard to hide his chin, swaps it with Earl so it glistens. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Download the pod, you won't get enough of these dapper chaps talking deadly fluff. In Hobo Gulch they run a homeless mission, clanging and banging with the pentagram of kittens. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. They enjoy their whiskey and local craft beer. By Odin's unkempt pubis we give a cheer. Tony's a raccoon when he's booziest. Don't be a savage, be an enthusiast. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. On the frozen tundra they call it a lock. Tony likes to masturbate in a sock. Brian pisses rocks cause it feels so great. I still don't know who the fuck is Tate. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. The boys will let you know when there's a due to male pattern baldness, they don't wear curlers. Stay salty, people, that's their closing line. And don't forget, have a beer, you'll be fine. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty language.
Hey enthusiasts, what's happening? This is Salty Language, episode 483.
The sexiest podcast on the network.
Yes.
Stuart.
Tony. We
Let's
back.
go, man.
We back again.
I know, right?
Tag team back again. Oh.
That's all right. It happens.
Ah, boy.
Boy?
Yeah. Just, I'm tired. I slept like the hottest garbage last night and
Oh, yeah?
got up early for me because my nephew asked me if I could go with him out to Costco today because he needed some water, and he's on a crutch because he had a foot surgery, so a little difficult to wing water.
Like a peg leg.
Yeah, it's tough to throw water around when you're on on one leg basically. So I was like, yeah, I guess I can go out there and help you out with
Well,
that.
that explains the random like Facebook thing I got a little while ago when I put up a picture of some random bourbon I was drinking. And he was like, "Oh, how's it compared to whatever?"
Oh yeah.
I'm like, I don't know. I would have to try them side by side. He's like, "Well, what are you doing?" I'm free. I'm like, I didn't know I didn't know he had surgery.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, nothing crazy. I mean, he'll be fine. He's getting around pretty good on the crutch, but it's still, it's just a lot easier. Somebody else can help you with that. And I push the cart around because, again, much easier to have somebody with you. So,
It's true.
and we had a time, making fun of people in Costco and outside of Costco. And, I tried their pizza for the first time.
What? You haven't had Costco pizza?
Dude, I've been to Costco counting today 4 times. 2 of those times, I didn't even know they had food. Because the people I'm with are just in and out of there, basically.
Bro, you haven't experienced the fine dining of the Costco food court.
I have not. Well, I have now, but I hadn't.
You got to do yourself a favor. Go back and get a chicken bake, my friend.
I've heard, Mike said those were pretty tasty. And I've heard the hot dogs even are decent, especially for, $1.50 or whatever,
$1.50, you get a hot dog and like a
drink.
fucking vat of soda. It's like a quarter-pound hot dog. It's basically like a porn dick dog.
Yeah, what's funny is, the picture that they have above the little, where you pick your food up at, it's like, wow, that's an obscene looking hot dog. And he goes, yeah, that's about like actual size though.
Yeah, I know, right? It's not like Costco hires a tiny petite woman to hold it or anything.
Right.
They don't do it like clever camera angles.
Yeah. No, it's oddly enough.
That's 100% pure American beef right there, baby.
Like they have Shaq
holding. They have a vein running down the middle.
I was going to say they have Shaq holding it, and it still looks massive.
Exactly. Shaq's holding it by the root.
Yeah. Like that looks obscene and delicious. Oh man.
No, I'm just saying. I'm surprised that because their pizza's pretty legit
for
what it is.
Like we were about to leave, and I'm kind of looking over that way, and he's like, "You want to get some Zabro?" And so I was like, "Yeah," especially when I saw the price, because I'm thinking I'll grab a couple slices of that and cram them in my pie hole. Yeah. And we got over there.
You can't grab a couple slices because they're fucking huge.
Yeah, I grabbed one, and I'm glad. I could have eaten 2 because you've seen me at Stubborn Brother. I can put away 2, but I was
I've done the shameful Costco 2 slices before.
Yeah, but after we were done, I ate the one piece, and I'm like, about a half of another one would be perfect. If I had somebody there and we had a way of going halvesies on another one, that would have been perfect for me. But I'm like,
Lady in the Tramp-It.
Yeah, it's a little harder with pizza, but
Yeah, I know. Somebody's got the wide end.
Yeah, I don't exactly know the logistics. The hot dog would be way easier to work on.
Yeah, exactly, and hotter.
Yeah. So you're right though. I mean, it was actually, I actually thought it was decent pizza, and especially for the price. I mean, good Lord,
Yeah, and you can get this massive wagon wheel size pizza for $9 or something crazy.
I think he says 22-inch pizza, and it's $9 or $10, something
ridiculous.
Like that. Yeah. So we did that and sat out in the parking lot. What was funny is I'm throwing water and stuff into his truck. And there was a parking spot too, if we're on the driver's side to our left, there's a spot, right next to the driver's side open. And we had the cart there because, we're trying to throw stuff in his truck. Well, this woman pulls up kind of by the spot, and she honks and then holds her hands up what are you doing? And I just look at her and I pointed his crutch and I just held my hands up what are you going to do? He's got a crutch, and then she kind of just slunk down a little bit and pulled away. And I'm like, so then I threw some gang signs and fired off a couple warning shots at her, but
as is tradition,
stay off my turf and shit, as you do.
Don't you hate people like that?
Yeah. Well, the funny part was all that was left in the cart was a case of Coke that I wanted. I was going to walk around the other side to put in, and then I was done. If she had just waited a second, I would have been out of her way, because I probably would have been like, oh, all that's left is the Coke. I'll push the cart out of the way. But when she honked, I'm like, nah, I'm going to be an asshole now.
Yeah, now I'm going to put them in the truck a can at a time.
Yeah, I was going to say, and I'm going to take my time. It's like, I mean, I wasn't because, I had, sliced pizza waiting on me. So,
Was this before or after you and I played GTA together?
Well, this was today, so.
Oh, okay.
So
Because
for
I'm
sure
surprised
after.
you didn't just start winging cans at the car, drag her out of the truck and beat the shit out of her.
Yeah. What was really funny was not them, but the women that were on the other side of us when they came out. Like, I was going to be a good Samaritan. They were older ladies. They had this giant, well, it's Costco. Everything's giant from there. So,
It's true.
They had this, 900-pound bag of dog food. And,
Right.
And I'm watching them because I'm like, I don't know about this. Because I'm thinking, how the hell are they going to get this into the car? I'm thinking they're going to, both of them do it, No, the one woman just, tears her sleeves off and just throws this thing in her truck, or in her vehicle, I was like, wow, I was pretty impressed because she moved it like it was nothing. Yeah. Dude, I mean, she British Bulldog power slammed that into the back of her SUV.
Oh, shit, son.
I'm not going to lie. I was impressed. Now, if she had to carry it 5 feet, I don't think she would have been able to. But from the cart
She
to
would have died, huh?
But to just grab it, spin it, and throw it down, she was pretty impressive. So, yeah. But then she, not her, the woman with her, comes walking by. She's got 2 slices of pizza stacked up. I easily could have put the window down and snatched them right out of her hand.
Oh, how horrible/funny would that be?
That's what I told Mike. I'm like, I was like, how funny would it be if I just put the window down, snatched them pizzas, and we just took off because the car was already running. We could have just went.
Yeah, punch it, Chewy.
Yeah. Mazza! And then she'll be like, whatever. Here's $2. Give me 12 more pieces,
Yeah, for sure. Either that or you would have looked in the rearview mirror and she'd be chasing you like the T-1000 in Terminator 2.
True. Next thing you know, she's got hooks in the bumper.
He's climbing up the back of the truck and shit.
Oh shit, I've chosen poorly.
Oh, you know what? Speaking of this, real quick, I love the YouTubes, Brian.
Sure.
I love the YouTubes because every once in a while you just stumble across some dopey ass video, right?
Right, like us playing GTA.
Mm-hmm. And it was the fuck was it? It was celebrity cameos or something dope. Some stupid ass thing like that.
Okay.
But I found out this little fun fact that I had no idea about. Do you know who was supposed to play the T-1000 in Terminator 2, aka the Liquid Terminator?
I mean, there's only one person it could be, and that's Steven Seagal.
I mean, that'd be awesome.
No, it
because
wouldn't.
He's hard to kill.
It'd be horrible, is what it would be. Who?
It would be horrible.
No, I don't know.
Okay, so because of a motorcycle accident, the original guy cast as the Terminator could not play the Terminator, and that was none other than Billy Idol.
Oh, God.
Right?
Ooh, really?
Yeah. Can you see? I mean, it's a totally different movie if he's the Terminator.
I just can't. I mean, who knows? Maybe, but I feel like I've seen him act in something, and it wasn't great.
The only thing I could think he acted in was
Wedding Singer?
The Wedding Singer, but he was Billy Idol.
Yeah. So he was just being himself.
I wonder if he's. I should look up his IMDb.
Man.
But when I saw that, I was just blown away that that's who they thought was going to kill the game.
No, it makes you wonder too. Would that have changed the soundtrack? Would there have been heavy Billy Idol on rotation in it, or?
Yeah, that's true.
Would he have done a dance or a music number in the middle of the movie? That would have been awesome.
That would have been.
I guess.
Him on stage playing in John Connor's in the crowd or something.
Yeah. Well, he's chasing them. They're going through a park. He all of a sudden stops because, there's a couple standing by a gazebo, and all of a sudden, it's a, nice day for a white wedding, and
hey, hi-yo.
He stops, does the song, and then immediately resumes the chase. And of course, the distance between him and them does not grow. It's exact same size, almost like that didn't happen.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been in a decent amount of stuff, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. Oh, well, maybe.
Well, hold on. Let me dial it down to actor because I have everything pulled up here.
Yeah. And also where it's not himself, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, unless we're looking at, like, you know, Tom Cruise or Charlie Sheen.
You know what? No, most of his credits are him playing himself.
Now, what if he would have been playing himself in the movie? What if the Liquid Terminator, was just Billy Idol?
Now, that's an angle I never thought of when they announced that.
You know?
Like, the Liquid Terminator goes back in time.
Yep.
And he, like, time travels into, like, Billy Idol's green room.
Right.
And he, you know, stabs him, and he takes on his...
Because he's a shapeshifter, right.
He's a shapeshifter.
Yeah.
And then he just goes on tour.
Yeah, he just abandons his mission because he hears Billy Idol. Like, someone plays a record for him or whatever, and he's like, you know, I mean, whatever. And then he just goes on tour.
Yeah, exactly. He had, like, unlocked some sort of weird, weird thing in his brain where he's like,
right.
I don't need to kill unless it's on stage.
I'm murdering this audience.
Yeah, killing it.
40 years later, he looks exactly the same. Billy, what's your secret?
Kind of accurate.
Yeah. Like, Billy, what's your secret? I'm from the future? And everyone will go, that's Billy being Billy, you know?
Billy being Billy.
Being crazy again.
Like, Billy, we have this new sound tech we want you to work with. What's his name, mate? John Connor. And he's got to be like, ooh.
No, the camera zooms in on his face, like, really quick, like it's a Spanish TV drama. You know? Like one of their soap operas. Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
And he sneers and goes,
hey.
Cool.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, wow. Wow, wowie, wow. Yeah, I don't think it would have been as big of a hit. I could be wrong.
No, I feel like, and maybe I'm wrong here, but I feel like it turned out for the best.
Like, Robert Patrick is the dude.
Yeah.
You know, he's the GOAT for creepy guys to play killer robots.
Sure.
Isn't that an Oscar category?
Yeah.
And the award goes for creepy guys playing killer robots goes to...
Yeah. Robert Patrick again. He wasn't even in anything this year. That's how good
he gets on stage, gives everyone that stare.
No, he gets on stage and they're like, you weren't even in anything this year. And then he looks at him and goes, wasn't I? Like,
exactly.
He's so good.
Oh, that's what the video was about, because it was about his cameo in Wayne's World.
Oh, okay.
You know, yeah, and then it was like, you know, fun fact, like they do in those dopey videos.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be fun to just do those videos and make all the shit up?
Oh my god, that would be hilarious.
I remember,
just like poorly put together Photoshop.
When I was in college, like we had to design a website, and the website I was doing was all like music themed, but I was just making up random shit. Like, our website, we had to pick like a designer or something. Or we were assigned, I don't remember. Anyway, I ended up with Frank Lloyd Wright, the architect, right? Okay. And so
Frank Lloyd Webber.
I started just making up random shit, like that he was one of the Blues Brothers. He was the original bassist or guitar player in Metallica. And each page on the site had I had a Metallica themed page.
Right.
You know, each one I designed around the band a little bit or whatever. And, you know, the autoplay song for one was, you know, like Sweet Home Chicago, and that was showing, because you can go on like a walking tour in Chicago of houses he's designed, and you know, just different shit like that. And you know, I just did it for my own amusement completely. But yeah, that was kind of the thing, because the teacher the whole time was kind of just shaking his head at me, because he's like, this is all so not true. And I'm like, well, it doesn't have to be, right? I mean, not like I'm actually doing this for the Frank Lloyd Wright Society or something like that. You know,
yeah, you're not sending it into them.
Yeah. But yeah,
I think that's hilarious. The original guitarist for Metallica.
Yeah, and I just like cartooned up him. You know, like I came up with this little character I was calling like Little Frankie, which the teacher did not appreciate, because I think he thought I was making fun of Frank Lloyd Wright because he had kind of wild hair. So I just
right.
basically picture, you know, like if it was his hair was just sticking up all over the place, and you know, and I just put him with a guitar, or the one I of course drew him like he was one of the Blues Brothers. Now I would probably go in and Photoshop it. Because, you know, when I was doing that, I was still really new to Photoshop. So
right.
I wasn't very good with it. Now I would for sure go in and
oh, yeah, definitely.
doctor it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a lot of fun. But yeah, I'd always love to do something like that, but of course it's, you know, I don't know. It's one of those things too where you just get people being assholes. He wasn't really in that. It's like, oh shit.
You don't say.
Yeah. Really? Yeah, you have to send
Well, you know,
Nicolas
once
Cage.
upon a time, if you remember, you know, like Colin Quinn on Twitter was just the trolliest of
Yes.
trolls, because he would do shit like that just
Yeah.
to cause people to be like, well, no, it's not.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I love that so much because so many people just didn't understand. It was like when The Onion first started.
Yes.
And people were like, oh my God, have you seen it? I'm like, you know, that's a parody site, like a fake news site, right? Well, I didn't say fake news, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. That
Now-
ain't real.
Now they tell the future, apparently. But,
yeah, exactly. Who knew, right?
yeah. But that would be so much fun to do that in, like, movie form or whatever.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Or it'd be really
for
fun
sure.
to seriously just be able to make our version of the Terminator with Billy Idol.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
Who's
that's
gonna
what
play
it ends
Billy
up being.
Idol?
Well, Billy Idol's going to play Billy Idol.
Oh, I thought like you and I were doing this,
No.
like, you know, like we're sweeting it or whatever.
No, hell no. We're getting Billy Idol to play himself.
Oh, okay. Well,
If you're going to do it, it has to be done right.
Yeah, exactly.
You know. And nobody plays Billy Idol like Billy Idol.
I mean, apparently, because he plays himself so many times.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I guess. I mean,
maybe.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of, you know, while we're talking a little bit about actors, you know, since we recorded last week, you know, Sir Sean Connery died, which was...
Yep, I guess, you know, heaven needed another fucking James Bond guy or something.
Yeah. Needed someone to tell him how to make a martini incorrectly.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes you gotta slap a bitch.
Yeah. It's always funny when someone... No, it's not funny when someone dies, but that was going to sound really wrong. But
it depends on the person.
It's interesting to me how when a celebrity especially dies and people are just, you know, like in any time most people die, people remember the better things, you know, like how great of an actor he was, movies he was in that they were huge fans of, you know, all the normal stuff. But then in the back of your head, you're also like, yeah, but he also did kind of advocate slapping women around very loosely, like very like, oh yeah, this is what I always do, you know, like
I wouldn't punch him, but I'll open hand smack her across the face.
And it's like,
like, bro, I don't know about all that.
Yeah, but
have you ever had a cold dinner served to you? I know it's a terrible Connery, but I don't give a shit.
But
I'll slap you.
Oh man. But, you know, he did deliver great things upon us, like that picture of him in that weird bikini.
Oh, man.
I don't know. It almost looked like he took Shawn Michaels' wrestling attire and wore it before Shawn Michaels wore it.
Yeah, made it even more sexy.
Yeah. Oh, you think you're a sexy boy.
Come here, I'll slap you too.
Basically. Just start slapping everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he was, you know, obviously James Bond.
Mm-hmm.
He was in The Rock.
Yeah,
or whatever.
He was, yeah.
I mean, he was in all kinds of shit.
In the one Indiana...
Highlander.
Yep, the one Indiana Jones movie.
Oh, yeah.
She played Dr. Jones's dad. I don't know, what was he called? North Dakota or something, I think.
I think so, something like that.
Yeah.
Junior.
Not gonna lie. I mean, I dug that movie. I thought it was a good addition to it, so, you know.
Oh, hell yeah.
I loved his reaction when he was named, like, Sexiest Man Alive, when he was basically like, you know, I'm a balding, like overweight. I can't remember exactly all what he said, but he basically was just like, I'm a piece of shit, kind of a thing. I was like, yeah, but dude, you got that accent,
Yeah, I mean, that's half the battle right there.
Yeah. Yep. That's what I've heard.
That's what I've heard too.
Yeah.
Because, apparently, like, if we went over the pond, where he hails from, people would be like, oh, matey, your fucking accent's getting me all wet like the ocean.
Yeah.
We'd be like, ugh.
You don't say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Scotland Yard in me pants, it is.
See if you can find the Loch Ness Monster. Terrible. Terrible. By the way, for anyone who's listening, that's us doing those voices. That's not, like, we didn't bring in voice actors.
Have people calling in.
Yeah. Because I'm sure people are confused,
Yeah, oh, exactly.
These flawless accents, which, man, that's an old callback. Oh, boy.
I've got the English Channel in my britches. I do.
That really sounds like one of those. I feel like you need some Depend or Poise or one of those kind of situations if that's what's going on.
Funny you talk about these.
Unless we got a WAP situation going on here.
Like I said, English Channel in me britches. Yep. It do.
Yeah. Like, well, it looks like it's been polluted for years. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, exactly. No. So earlier today, actually right before we started recording, we, I told you it's nice and warm here currently.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
We went on a little Jeep ride action just to kind of, it's probably the last time, especially since my Jeep currently doesn't have a top because the sun destroyed it.
Nice.
So I need to get a new one, but it's fine. Garage parked. We're good.
Yeah.
But had to stop in a pharmacy because like Michelle's wrist is all jacked up.
Yeah.
She wanted to get like a little wrist brace action.
Right. Morphine. Yeah.
Morphine. Yeah. And the same aisle that has, it's funny because it just like it's called the support aisle. I was like, oh, perfect. It's got to have the braces in it.
Right. There's just somebody giving you hugs on the aisle.
Oh,
you're doing
not in this time.
You're doing great, champ.
But so on one side's all the like ankle shits and knee thingies and all that, but on the other side is just all the like the pens.
Yeah.
Right, and of course because I have to make fun of them because for some reason the people modeling them always just crack me up.
Yeah.
But there's one type, and I think it was actual Depends, that hasn't like a middle-aged dude, and you can tell he's like a silver fox guy. He's like a good-looking older guy.
Sure.
But he's standing there in like a wife beater and this diaper.
Oh no, yeah. Well, and I mean, you got to model the product.
Well, every other packaging, you could not see the full face of everybody. It was like half their head. And this guy, it's his full-blown face. And I'm like,
man.
How the fuck would you like to be that guy?
Yeah. You walk into the audition and they're like, all right, here's what we're going to need. Here's some of the products. We're going to need you to go throw those on, throw the wife beater on that's in there, come back out. We're going to need a full body shot of you in it, or at least to just pass the product.
He's thinking it's like some sexy like Calvin Klein undies or whatever.
Yeah. No.
And he wrenches it open and it's just, old man can't hold my pee drawers.
Yeah. Yeah. That's rough.
Right? Yeah. That's rough, buddy.
Yeah. I always felt bad for, like the actors who have to do those commercials, like the one woman that was on, God, what was it, when she was walking around and she's like, let's talk about your colon health. And it's like, really? Like I don't know, man.
Think about your asshole.
Yeah, it's like, I understand you want to get acting jobs, but I don't know, man. Like, I know somebody's got to do those jobs, or the people who are in the, what was that herpes medicine, Valtrex, the ones where they're on, flying around and doing all the things. You don't let herpes control your life. And it's like, all right.
You're like, okay.
All right, whatever. I don't know what windsurfing has to do with that, but okay.
Well, because if you're well enough to windsurf, you're well enough to fight off your herpes, I guess.
Well, that was my thing. I was just like, you could have herpes and still go windsurfing. Like,
that's not what my doctor told me.
Well, yours are a different kind of herpes. Yours are like super herpes.
It's fucked up.
Yeah.
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 Mm.
But on the same note as the Connery thing, and then yesterday, Alex Trebek lost his fight with pancreatic cancer, which is a bitch. I've seen it firsthand. My mom's the guy she was with after my dad. That's how he died, and it was not fun because by the time they find it, generally it's too far gone.
Right.
So it's tough because it's not even one of those where you can really tell people, hey, go get screened for it, because there's still not really a test for it. I've seen some positive things where scientists think they might be getting really close to finding like markers, in that, certain tests might show, but they're still not, they're a long way from that being a real thing at this point, from what I read. Now, who knows, science could tomorrow be like, we cured it, who knows?
Yeah. So, fuck you guys, we cured it.
Yeah.
Like, whoa, we weren't even talking shit, scientists.
Yeah, like,
no, fuck you, something. Heard.
They just start trolling us hard.
Jesus Christ.
Like, hey, look, congratulations. We're like, fuck you. Where were you when we were toiling in the trenches over? Like, dude, we were just being us.
Like, bro, our Twitter blew up today. Why?
Yeah.
Scientific America started destroying us.
Only pancreatics research Scientific America, though.
Yes.
Like, geez. All right. I didn't know you guys were so violent.
That is a bummer about Trebek, because obviously he's well loved.
Yeah.
And he's been fighting it for so long now, too.
Yeah. Well,
I know, I'm no, obviously you have more experience with the pancreatic than I do, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty quick usually, isn't it?
Yeah, it usually is.
It took down Patrick Swayze pretty fast.
Yeah, usually from what we were told, it's like usually once they diagnose it, you're usually pretty far into like stage 3 or stage 4, and stage 4 is terminal generally, and it's one of those where you seem okay, you have some pain, whatever, and then just really fast, at least from the experience I was part of,
Right.
The deterioration part of it is really fast, because you get to a point where, you lose your appetite, you're nauseous all the time, so you're not eating. And, once you stop eating, it's hard to keep living because your body needs nourishment.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you do eat, it's just not a pretty thing. Obviously, not that any cancer is, but this one's
for sure.
This one's particularly rough because they can't really test for it, and again, it doesn't really show until you usually are too far to where your best hope will be a very aggressive treatment.
Right.
So no fun. One thing that was kind of fun though was between those two celebrities dying, it did get a lot of Jeopardy and SNL Jeopardy clips shared.
Which I am a fan of. Because
Daryl Hammond as Connery had some of the best.
Oh my God!
Second only to the Turd Ferguson ones. Maybe they might be dead heat. I don't know. So yeah,
I mean that is always some of my favorite shit ever is Celebrity Jeopardy, and I'm kind of hoping. Because I've been kind of on a kick of watching SNL again.
Yeah.
Which is, I know, kind of weird maybe, but...
It's not to me because, like, the hosts they've had recently, like, this week's host was Chappelle, last week was John Mulaney. Like, they've had some comedians that I'm like, I kind of want to go see at least their monologue, and then I usually will give it a little bit of a go, and if.
Well, it's like, I watched the Bill Burr one finally.
Yeah.
Which was good.
Mm.
But like most Saturday Night Live, shows, there's always a couple duds.
Yeah, sketch
stuff's
Weekend
always
that way,
was
right?
hilarious.
Yeah.
And then, like, Leah spent the week with me, and one of her favorite comedians is John Mulaney. I was like, he's hosting. Like, he hosts. Let's watch Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
And it was good. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
And then I saw Chappelle. I haven't watched that one yet.
Yeah, I haven't watched that one either. I heard his monologue is pretty poignant. I heard it's not as heavy on the ha-has as it is, Chappelle. Like that short YouTube thing that popped up of him where it's like, this isn't really funny, but wow. And I kind of heard it's similar in that fashion.
I mean, he's brilliant. I mean, I'm not surprised.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm kind of hoping that they do a Celebrity Jeopardy thing coming up soon.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they can get Daryl Hammond and they can get Will Ferrell, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
But, I mean, we'll see, I guess. But it would be kind of cool if they did something.
It would be, yeah. Well, because at this point it could be like, Celebrity Heaven Jeopardy or something. Would be the move.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They could do whatever.
I don't know who else you pull in there. Well, Burt Reynolds is dead. I mean.
I mean, it is possible.
Yeah.
That would actually be brilliant if they could get all those guys together.
But yeah, I don't know, because I'm sure they would. That's one of those where you have to be careful of the too soon situation, but also,
I mean, it's almost kind of a. I think it'd be kind of like almost like a respect thing. Yeah, because I don't think they'd mock that they were dead.
Yeah, yeah.
No.
It
definitely. Is a fine line. It'd have to be written perfectly.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. That would be cool to see. But who knows?
I saw they announced today that I think they said they've got episodes of Jeopardy filmed that'll run like basically through Christmas, and then they're gonna, obviously take a step back and decide what they're gonna do going forward. Because I'm sure the show's not gonna be done.
Yeah, I don't know who's gonna host. It's gonna be a douche.
The thing is, here's my thing is it's and I don't want this to seem too soon because it's, I don't mean disrespect to Trebek because I love Jeopardy. And
for sure.
He is like the perfect host because at certain times he throws a little shade when he needs to. He's got just enough funny to him. He's got the good charisma for the job. And he also comes across very intelligent.
Yeah.
And I don't want it to just be some rando comedian or something like that, because I think that's the wrong move. I think it needs to be somebody who seems like an academic, but has just a little funny to him. And it's like, I don't know, the person that pops in my head, although I don't think it'll happen, would be like Neil deGrasse Tyson.
That's exactly who I was thinking too.
Because he's smart, he throws shade, and, but he also enjoys learning. And, is part of that whole academia, if you will. So he has credibility.
Yes.
As the guy standing behind there. Because, to be, and, no shade at Pat Sajak, but anyone could have been Pat Sajak. As far as,
for sure.
You don't need to be, all he needs to be is hospitable in his job. He just needs to be a fun guy. That's basically it. Make cheesy jokes.
Right.
Alex Trebek was a little different because he's, even though he's got the answers in front of him, he's got to seem like he's super, like he knows all the things.
He comes across as a smart guy.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm sure he was. I'm not saying he wasn't, So, yeah. I don't know. I don't even know who else you would go.
When you started talking about this, my first thought was, yes, Neil deGrasse Tyson. And you nailed it with your, obviously.
Yeah.
They're going to pick someone like Guy Fieri, though.
You heard it here first. Oh my God. Can you imagine Guy doing, I'd never watch the show again. I'm just
saying.
It just would make me hurt so bad. I'll say this in all honesty. After hearing Guy on various things, I think Guy Fieri would be the first one to be like, oh God, no. There's no way I'm doing this.
Absolutely.
Because it'd be like, this is out of my wheelhouse.
He has enough self-awareness.
Yeah, this is way out of my wheelhouse. You don't want me doing this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, unless it's, I don't know. I saw some people mention Elton Brown, but I was like, he's in the food world though. He
was too much of a dick too.
Exactly. I was just going to say, I think he leans a little too heavy that way, even though I love him. I think, yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, I can't imagine, because the show still does really good ratings for the time slots and all that kind of stuff. So I can't see them just, although it would be, on one hand, it would be kind of a nice thing to just be like, yo, without Alex, there's no Jeopardy, so we're done. But I also don't want to see the show go away.
Money wrapped up in Jeopardy.
Right. And I like watching the show, so I want to see it continue. But I mean, again, no shade at Drew Carey, but I don't want to see the Drew Carey situation on Price is Right,
Yeah, for sure.
He's fine, but he's not Bob Barker,
No. No. Yeah, I mean, Neil deGrasse Tyson's probably the best choice.
Also, I feel like you want somebody who's youngish, and not that he's young, but you know what I mean? Like, he's not like 70 or 80. So you want somebody who you think is going to be around for a little while to do the show, like, you know, not 5 years. Although I did see an interview, they showed Trebek years ago, and they asked him if he was going to retire, who he would pick, and he said Betty White. So, I mean, Betty White's still kicking it, so...
I mean, if she hosts it, she'll be hosted for like 40 more years or something.
Probably. Yep.
Yeah.
Draining
the lifeblood out of children and whatever.
What about Billy Idol?
Oh, shit. We didn't even think of that.
How about we get Morgan Freeman so we can see if people truly will get tired of his voice?
I mean, we could do that too.
I don't think that.
Although I kind of feel like Morgan Freeman's going to go anytime. He seems like last time I saw him, I was like, God damn, I knew he was old, but damn.
Yeah. Anyway, It was weird because that, you know, the Trebek one kind of hit me a little bit because I watched, we'd eat dinner, we'd watch Wheel of Fortune, we'd watch Jeopardy, you know, so
it's like tradition and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't been watching it as much recently, but I still occasionally will watch it, or every once in a while, like late at night, it'll be on. So I'll watch it.
That's weird.
Yeah. So nothing like watching Jeopardy in the middle of the night.
That was one of those things where it came across my phone. I was like, God damn you, 2020 again?
Yeah. Of course.
What a shitty year.
That's, you know, 2020 is just getting it all in, you know?
I guess.
Like 2020 has just got our sweater over our heads, and it's just giving us a good rogering.
Oh, just rain and punches.
And the refs just won't step in because we haven't gotten down to the ice yet.
No, exactly.
Like just letting them rain haymakers on us.
Either that or, you know, the refs are, kind of down for the home team or whatever.
Yeah.
And they just know.
Yeah, they're looking the other way.
They're just going to let them tune them up a little bit.
Yeah.
Just because.
They're overeating nachos.
Yeah, for sure.
What?
That big, like, pink fluff of cotton candy on a little white stick.
One's got a big lolly, you know.
Naturally.
I don't know why, but it just does. Like, do they even sell those here? Mind your own business.
Brought my own.
Yeah, mind your own business. It's my fault.
I mean, let's be honest. That wouldn't be terrible if you could sell a lolly that kind of looked like a hockey puck with, like, the team logo on it.
Oh, God, you're not wrong.
Just saying.
I mean, the stick could be literally a stick that you could keep afterward.
Oh, it could be a hockey stick. Yeah, souvenir hockey stick.
Oh, my God. This has to exist, right? Maybe?
I would assume so.
I don't know.
I'm not looking it up because if I look it up and it's not there, I'm going to be so disappointed in you.
Yeah, I was going to say,
be like, you know what, Irv, we deserve this plague because no one's come up with this yet.
That's the turning point. God's sitting there on his throne, and he's like, well, let's see if one of these assholes comes up with the hockey puck, hockey stick lolly. And he's like looking, and he just looks at the clock as it just keeps ticking away. Like the montage of the hands just spinning on the clock, calendar pages just flying off.
He's finally like, all right, they've hit 2020 and they haven't figured it out yet.
Yeah.
Just release it.
He's like, Wrench.
But sir, I said release it.
Yeah, I'm tired of this. All right. Yeesh.
Yeah. Ember. No, do not. No. What are you doing?
Burning embers? For those who can't see the video, basically all I could see for a second there was Ember's tail instead of Tony's face. I'm actually surprised she didn't, just turn around and show me her asshole.
Yeah, I mean, that would be a pure cat move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Dopey ass cat.
Yeah. Jeez. So here's something not funny, but whatever. So I saw a few weeks ago that GameStop has put up all sorts of different financing options for systems, right? Obviously not on the Xbox Series X or the PS5 because they're sold out. And they won't be getting any of those, at least the PlayStations, they won't be getting on release date. because Sony announced there'll be none in stores on the release date. So
that's a lot of pre-orders.
Yeah, I guess, so, I don't give a shit for so many reasons. One, I don't like new systems because they're usually buggy. Two,
yeah, for sure, you
can't really buy any external storage of any kind because Sony's even really said that that it won't be usable until their first update, and they haven't announced when the first update's going to be. So it's like, so whatever it comes with, which it's a brand new system, so it ain't going to be a lot. I don't know if the SD cards or whatever, it's like, it's all these reasons to just wait, Yeah. So plus, I don't know, $500. That's the best reason.
Also.
But I was originally looking at these things because, I was thinking of a Switch. And they have options like Afterpay. I don't know if you're familiar with that, where they split up the payments and they split it up into like 4 monthly payments.
Oh, that's kind of nice.
Which is cool, but I was like, that's still, I don't have a guaranteed income, so that's a little risky for me, The cool part with the Afterpay is you get to take the system that day.
My question is there interest on it?
No.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Huh. And then I forgot.
That's actually a nice little option.
They had a couple others, but the one I was going to use was they just had a straight up layaway thing. And I was like, well, I'll do that because that'll reserve one for me because Christmas time's coming up. And if I don't get one within a couple weeks, they're probably going to be nigh impossible to find because there aren't going to be PlayStations and Xboxes out there, the brand new ones. So I could see once again the Switch being a hot system at Christmas, So, plus it's unique. It's one of those systems that it's not like you already have an Xbox, you don't need a PlayStation. It's like, yeah, but the Wii or the Switch I can take on the go, and So
yeah, and I could play Mario games.
Right.
And Legend of Zelda.
Right. And and catch them Pokemans.
I mean, yeah.
So, anyway, so I finally go over to GameStop the other day, and I'm talking with the store manager, and I'm like, what I got to do to throw one of them Switches on the layaways? And he goes, you would have had to have shown up about 4 days ago.
Really?
Yeah, apparently the only system, according to him that day, the only system that they had available for or a layaway type thing is the Oculus 2. And I was like, yeah, I don't really care about the virtual stuff, the VR stuff at this point. So I was like, oh. So yeah, apparently, I haven't looked to see if they do the other stuff. But basically, he said corporate decided not to do it because they can't guarantee it'll be in.
I mean, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah. Now, my thing, though, is like, change the policy just a tad that basically says either, I don't know, like in order to reserve it to where if they have one in stock, that one becomes yours, you got to put down like $100 of the $300, right?
Right.
Something to that effect, or half or whatever. If you don't, when you pay it off, as soon as one is available, you will get it, and just basically be like, hey, you may not get it in time for Christmas. Kind of a thing. So it's like, if you want to make sure you get one for Christmas, you got to put this much down,
Right.
And I was just like, okay, well, I'll just, bank the money instead of putting it into a layaway and just, eventually I'll get one. If they have one in stock, cool. If not, I'll wait a few months and they'll have them again. I've already waited this long, so it's not going to kill me if I don't.
Right.
And it's not like I don't have like 1.5 million PlayStation games to play.
Oh, I see. Quad Pay is an actual service.
Yeah.
That's what GameStop.
I'm sorry.
I've never even heard of this.
I meant Quad Pay. I said Afterpay. I meant Quad Pay. Afterpay works the same way though. I've bought some art supplies that way, where you just pay four monthly payments, which is pretty awesome because, I bought a $40 or $50 set of watercolor brushes. They're like markers, but they're watercolor ones, and so I only paid like $12 a month or something for it. It's like, well, I can handle $12. I don't always have a spare $50 or $60 or whatever to, straight up pay for something.
Right. Yeah, I didn't know this was a thing. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. Like I said, it's cool that they offer that, but it's kind of annoying that they just put it up within like the last month and they've already basically shut it down. Like I don't even know if you can get like PS4s and Xbox Ones with it now.
Really?
Yeah. Like with the layaway. Now the other ones, like the ones where you basically agree to a payment and then you take the system, those you can probably do because they have to have it in right now in order for you to do it.
Yeah.
You know, like he told me they had like 18 switches in the day I was in there. So if I did one of the other options, I would have been able to walk out with it. But it's like, I also know if there's any of them that do credit checks, there's no chance I'm getting one.
Fair enough.
Because I have really bad credit. So, but whatever. Like I said, it's not a big deal. I'll get one at some point or I won't. You know, there's keeps being this rumor that there might be a fancier one in a year or something. Although all it'll probably be is it'll probably have like a nicer screen, like an LED.
Maybe more memory, more internal memory. Right,
and I was going to say it'll probably be 4K compatible.
Yeah.
Or 8K, whatever. And I don't have, a 4K TV, so I'm not. That's another reason I'm not like, ooh, I have to get the new systems. I don't have a 4K TV, so.
Yeah, I mean, I get it.
I'm going to lose out on a lot of that delicious-looking graphics.
Yeah, I also don't have a 4K TV. I mean, I got an HD TV for sure.
Right, me too.
But I haven't upgraded to the old 4K yet, Stuart.
Yeah. That was what I was telling a guy in one of the Twitter groups I'm in. I'm like, yeah, if I was going to spend $500 on something, I probably would buy a 4K TV first.
Right.
Give the system some time to breathe and be more available. And more games that come out too, I mean, even though you can play a lot of backwards compatible games on them, it's still like, I don't know. You get a new system, you want to play the new games.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
Well, that I had no idea they offered these services, and it's crazy. I mean, you just know everyone's like, doing their Christmas shit, basically.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, you've seen so many stores already are like, oh, Black Friday deals now, because why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, might as well.
I mean, we started doing our Christmas shopping over the weekend.
Yeah.
All online.
Yeah.
The only one I probably won't be able to do online is my parents because I'm going to get them a gift card to a restaurant they love.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Because, it's not like they're easy to shop for half the time.
Yeah.
So
I've been trying to come up with ways to do more like in-store shopping this year, because I'm really, I don't, I love the convenience of online shopping, obviously, and as a person with anxiety, I especially love it, and as a person who doesn't drive, right? But I also kind of hate it because I understand in the long term, it's so bad for us. Like it's so bad for us because there's going to be so many jobs lost from Amazon just putting these places out of business. Not just Amazon, but any of it,
It really does. I mean, God damn it, Ember. I totally get it too.
Yeah, but it's tough.
Because I hate it, but I love it.
But how great is it to just be able to just lounge about and order something and be like, yeah, I'll have it, in
it's
a few
dangerous
days.
Is what it is.
Can be, yeah.
Yeah, it's very dangerous.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
So, yeah.
But it's like I order, like whenever I can, like the GameStop that's right over by me, I'll talk to the manager and be like, hey, this is online. How can I order this so your store can get credit for the sale?
Yeah, which is cool of you to do that.
Yeah, and he appreciates that I do that because, no matter what it is, even if it's, Red Dead Redemption 2 I bought. And I had to jump through stupid hoops for it because GameStop had it. It was used PS4 on their site the other day for $20. And I'm like, well, I have to get it at $20. That's the point. In my head, I was like, when it hits $20, I'm definitely going to buy it. And I thought this Christmas, there was a good chance of it because it's been $30, $35 off and on, and it's like, Black Friday, I could see that as a little bit of a, hey, it's only $20 kind of game,
Right.
So when they had it at that, I'm like, well, I'll just go over there thinking they can price match the website. Yeah, they can't because I don't know why.
Because reasons.
And the guy who works there, the manager and stuff there, they're super helpful. Like if there was a way for him to do it, he would have done it because he also knows how stupid it is that I then had to go online, order it, put it as a pickup at that store in order to get it at that price and not pay shipping.
Which is stupid.
And he was working on the games at the time, and he reaches in the drawer and he goes, "Yeah, we got 4 of them in." Like
why couldn't I just whatever?
Yeah, I'm like, I gotta go home basically, order this, and then come back later. Like,
couldn't you just do it on your phone while you're standing there?
No, because it doesn't go through right away.
Oh, whatever.
Like I was there around 5:00, and they texted me around 7:30 and told me it was ready for pickup.
That's dumb.
And he texted me and was like, "We just got the order."
That is so dumb.
Because it's got to go to corporate and then go to them. They've got to see it, print it, pull it, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's so dumb.
Yeah, there's honestly no reason for all that.
And he even said it. So, I filled out, they have a survey thing on a lot of their receipts. So, of course, I put it on there. I was like, you guys need to let your stores price check your website.
Yeah, because that would make, I don't know, the most sense.
Yeah.
To be able to do that.
Yeah. Because here, and it gets better too. He told me if they only had one in at that location, it would have told me that it wasn't available at that location.
Oh, because they keep it for people that want to walk in and buy it, right?
Yeah, it's so yeah, I wrote a thing basically, and I made sure I was like, hey, the employees were super helpful, did everything they could do, they were nice, which is all true. And then it was like, but your policy stinks on ice, and
yeah, but you suck.
And
ass.
I think it's pretty awful that I had to go home and come back, and it's like, even though I only live 5 minutes from your store, it's still stupid that I had to go home, wait 2 hours, and then, well, I didn't go back that night. I went back the next day.
Right.
But it was just frustrating because it's like, yeah, like I know it wouldn't have been $20, but it's like, I could have just bought it digitally, like this is the kind of thing that's going to make, if the price is the same, I would have just bought it digitally.
Yeah. Cause I mean, why wouldn't you?
Why would I wait then when I could just have it?
Well, I know why, because it takes 14 years for me to download, unfortunately.
Oh my God. No doubt. So anyway, enough about that. But yeah.
Speaking of Red Dead, though, you need to play it so we can play online.
Yeah, I know.
You son of a bitch. In fact, let's just stop the show. You go play it now.
I'm doing it right now.
I have very fine.
Yeah, you wait here. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Well, through the magic of editing, we could have easily made, hey, I'm back.
Yeah.
I just played for 17,000 hours.
All right, guys, what we're going to need you to do is we're going to need you to stop listening here and go to Salty Language Pod on YouTube where we streamed our Red Dead experience.
Yep.
We just did the show on... You know how funny it would be to record an episode of podcast while we're playing video games?
I mean, we really could. There's no reason we couldn't do that.
Now that I'm sitting here thinking about it.
Yeah. Given a lot of what we talk about, we could just, switch games to where we have one where we don't have to pay a lot of attention to what we're doing for the first bit if we have news stories, and then get into just the game after that.
Yeah, that actually might maybe for a special edition thing, not our everyday show, but maybe we should do that as
every once in a while,
a special second episode for the week. We'll just
like a Patreon exclusive.
Oh yeah, we still have one of those actually. I think I think we still got maybe $1. I don't think we get anything of it anymore.
Probably
I haven't seen any income from it.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah. But if you want to check out our OnlyFans, what?
Yeah. No, I was going to mention that, since you mentioned Salty Language Pod on YouTube, that, if you do want to go watch a video of Tony and I playing Grand Theft Auto, there's a lengthy video up of us playing Grand Theft Auto the other night.
Yeah. And you can watch me play Fortnite if you want, because I've been doing that too.
Yeah.
And although the first couple videos I put up, I didn't realize that my mic audio wasn't going out there, so it's just game audio.
Oh, okay.
And I'm sitting there with my headset on, fucking making fun of things and doing witty one-liners to nobody but the cats.
And they were having none of it. They were boo, hiss.
Yeah. Because I thought I had my PlayStation hooked up to because I thought we had a Salty Language Twitch set up.
Yeah.
But it's hooked up to my personal Twitch because of the Twitch Prime stuff.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, but I can have it streamed to the Salty Language YouTube, which I set up, and I figure I'm honestly gonna start. I mean, I don't ever see myself becoming a Twitch streamer.
Maybe.
But when I'm playing games online, it's a one button press for me to stream it. Why wouldn't I do it sometimes?
Yeah.
Like the Hollow Knight was one of the free games for PlayStation. I've never played it before. I kind of thought about I'll just start. I don't even know what it's about, but I heard it's good.
Yeah.
So I might maybe I'll stream that and put on my headset and just talk shit while I'm doing it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to put content out there, Brian. Constant content.
Yeah. I hear that's what the kids do. That and the what is it, like for like shit. That's how you get popular, right?
Yeah. Well, it's funny because,
apparently.
It's something that I never thought I would say on this podcast. But Salty Language is now officially on TikTok.
Yeah.
Right? And I honestly think...
I got to tell you, we're a democracy here, and I got outvoted 2-1 by Tony and Seamus, who those who are longtime listeners will know who Seamus is.
Yeah, if you want to go on way back.
Right. For those who don't know, Seamus was a mythical pug that we used to blame for all our soundboard problems. So
yes, exactly.
Seamus Pug, because we used to say Shameless Plug Studios. So Seamus Pug was our sound guy.
But excuse me, I think they have algorithms that when you first sign up and start putting up content, they push you out to a lot of people.
That could be. And then if people don't latch on, then you die basically.
Oh boy,
yeah.
Like
they throw you out in the middle of the ocean and see how much oh, look at all the kicking he's doing, and then it's like, oh, the bubble stopped.
Yeah.
All right, next.
I've been trying to put up things every day. I haven't put up anything today because I got a good idea for something, but I'm still working on it.
Right.
Because there's actually editing involved.
Yeah.
Unless I'm going to stare at my phone and talk, which I have an idea for that too, but I haven't got into that.
See, that's the only way I do it, because fuck editing. I just don't want it because I got enough shit I already do.
I like editing, but I don't like editing on my computer. But I found a program on my phone.
Yeah,
so
that's so wild, isn't it?
So far, it's working out.
It's so wild.
And actually,
we've reached
video
the point
editing within the actual app is pretty good.
I just think it's crazy that we've reached a point that you can look at the two and go, the phone gives me what I need for editing. You never, you think back to, the first time you really get your hands on computer software that would do editing, and you're like, holy shit, it's like I've been given, the keys to the kingdom. And then the phone comes out, and it's like, oh, it's cute. It's got a couple little gimmicks on it, and then you're just like, oh, wait, this now does everything.
Yeah, it gets better and better, and now it's just I only use my laptop, honestly, to podcast. And
porn, yeah.
Well, naturally.
So it's just bigger screen,
Pay bills.
Yeah.
And, that's about it.
Yeah.
But, what the fuck was I saying? Oh, so the first couple things I put up has, 1,300, 1,500 views, likes. I'm like, oh, yeah, all right. People are following us. And then it was just dead. And it was like 80, 90, 2, 1.
Wow. All right.
I know. And I was just like, man, that is weird.
Yeah.
Because at first I was like, it's got to be about the hashtags. Because the first one I put up didn't really do much. And then I started adding hashtags and I was getting hits.
Yeah. Which makes sense. Yeah.
But I use hashtags still. And it's like, I don't know what happened.
They figured out that you're old.
Maybe. I mean,
you don't go here.
I mean, because, I'm on it, so I peruse it. There's old people on it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there totally is. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. But whatever. But yeah, Salty, we got Salty Language. Yeah. I don't know how that even happened.
Who knows?
It's such a popular app. I don't know how Salty Language wasn't a username.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's not like it's a new app. I mean, it's newish,
No, it's been around for a while.
But it's been around long enough now that I'm surprised that Salty Language wasn't already taken. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we are Salty Language on TikTok if you're into that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I've heard.
In fact, I'm going to start, slicing out parts of the show and putting them up on there too. Hopefully that might attract some attention.
Right. Only the spicy parts, though.
Oh, the naughty parts.
So, most of it.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
Yeesh is right.
Yeesh.
Indeed.
Yeah. So I mean, you were on vacation. I guess we should talk about, like, how was your week and all that. Like, my week's been whatever. I've already basically covered most of my week.
I had a good week because, well, one, I wasn't at work.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was beautiful weather all week.
Yeah, you certainly inadvertently picked maybe the best week we will have for a long time, probably.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
Like, the week was perfect.
It really was. Like, we're in Michigan, it's November, and seriously, we were mid-70s and up, mid-70s to 80s almost every day for the last week. I think tomorrow's the last day.
Like sunny, no clouds.
Yeah, no rain, nothing, just beautiful. Yeah, like tomorrow I think we're supposed to have one more day like that, and then tomorrow night a cold front's coming in, and then we're back to, I mean, it's still not going to be horrible. It's like mid to upper 60s or 50s, yeah.
Yeah, but still, whatever.
For us, that's fine,
Oh, yeah, I'll accept that weather.
Me too. I'd like it at tad warmer, but I am not going to complain. As long as it's still not like 20,
It's like, it's not cold enough that I can't go sit in my garage with the little propane heater we got and just out there and listen to some music and chill.
Yeah.
Which has become a thing I've been doing a lot lately.
Sure. With the door down, right?
Correct.
What?
Like open enough that, it stays warm in there, but we get fresh air so you don't asphyxiate.
Boo. Wuss.
But, yeah, dude, it was a nice week. I didn't really do much, but it felt good just to wake up when I needed to wake up and not when my phone was telling me to wake up.
Yeah.
And, got up and just had some coffee and just lounged around the house, played some games in the morning, do stuff and hang out. I mean, Leah still had school, but she has school from home, but she might as well be working from home.
Yeah.
She's got to spend like 8 hours on her laptop.
Right.
But I mean, yeah, dude, it was a good week.
Yeah. Good.
It's like, man, it felt nice.
Yeah.
It's hard to believe, like going back to work today, I dreaded it.
Yeah.
It was like, it's hard to believe that a week, I felt like I was gone a month.
Well, it is 2020. That's how time works in 2020.
That's very true.
Yeah. Just like I was telling my mom, my one sister mentioned something in our like family Facebook thing about, how kind of we've all been like about Thanksgiving and Christmas get-togethers, and she's like, how's everybody feeling about like Easter? And I'm like 6 months away. Like, go the other way, right? How long ago does May seem like it was?
Oh, it's crazy.
Right?
Yeah.
Feels like last year. Like, it feels so long ago because of everything, Yeah. I was like, who's trying to think 6 months in advance? Like, we don't know.
Yeah,
like seriously, this year especially is a one day at a time year, because each day is a hold my beer day. So,
I mean, we've already determined that I'm doing a little Thanksgiving dinner here.
Yeah.
Because my family's not getting together.
Right. I think that's what we're going to do too, because we're not going anywhere. I think we're just going to buy some of the fixins and do it here.
Yeah, like I'm just gonna have the kids over, and I'm gonna make a little dinner, and
yeah.
And because it's like my family's like, we're not doing it because my stepdad's still recovering from everything he went through earlier in the year, and he doesn't want to take a chance. And it's
I do not blame him. Yeah,
like my niece right now has COVID.
Oh, really?
My nephew and his wife on the other side of the family have it.
Oh, wow.
I know, so it's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the scary part.
Right.
Exactly. I mean, they're fine.
Right.
I mean, they it sucks for them right now, but they're not on a ventilator or anything.
Well, that's good then. Yeah. I mean, that's all you can ask for at this point.
Yeah, but it's like, I mean, I imagine Christmas is going to be the same.
Yeah,
too.
that's kind of my thing. Is I think I set my head a few months ago to there no big gatherings type of thing. And that's the thing, like with my family, we can't do a small gathering. Because, I mean, just my mom's kids, there's 5 of us, plus, the other 4, or 3, I should say, they all have kids, so it's, and some of those kids have kids, like my nephew's got 2 kids,
Right.
It's my sister's son's kids, so it's like, who do you tell no to? You can't tell, my nephew, oh, you can come, but you can't bring your children, like.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
And you're not going to tell him he can't come because he's, so it's like, where's the cutoff? And it's like, even if we just do like, my mom's kids, grandkids, great grandkids, and stop it there. Because as far as I'm trying to think, nobody's got like great, But it's like, if you stopped it right there, we're still going to be at like 25 people or 20 people. It's
right.
Like without, and it's like, well, that kind of defeats the whole purpose of not getting together in big groups. So
yeah, absolutely, right.
And none of us has got a big house to where we could really spread out. It's going to be kind of tight. So, and again, it's just bad idea,
I mean, it's like we've already, Michelle and I have been talking because we've been, it's been nice out. We go to patios.
Yeah.
That's coming to an end.
Yeah.
It's like, because, we have sat inside and ate. Like over the weekend, we went to, we were out in Perrysburg. I'm like, let's go get some swig. They got a nice patio, and
right.
When we got there, the patio was full, but you looked inside and they had it set up very nicely.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense that the patio was full because it's been gorgeous.
What?
I said it makes sense that the patio is full because it's been gorgeous out.
Yeah, it was gorgeous.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, it's like a half-hour wait for the outdoors, but we could see you right now inside.
Yeah. You look inside and there's like nobody.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was so spread out. And then, like I said, I went to use a restroom, and they had a sign over the urinal, which, by the way, if you own a restaurant, that's the best spot to put something for you to read.
It really is. Yep.
Yeah. And they had a whole thing going over everything they're doing to keep people safe. And they've spent money. Like, they put in HEPA, like, filters and UV lights they use in surgical rooms.
Sure. Yeah.
Like, they went all out, which made me feel a little bit better about going there.
Right. No, they didn't actually do any of that, but they put it on the sign. No.
Dude, sometimes it's all you need is a little peace of mind.
Right, a little placebo
like that
effect.
Boston song.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's just like, that's all going to be coming to an end.
The tough part also is going to be that since the patio is going to be not an option for a lot of places, the indoors are also not going to be an option because they're going to be, air quote full.
Yeah.
So yeah, it sucks, but what are you going to do? That's the world we live in at the moment. You just,
I mean, I think winter is going to be really rough on some of the local restaurants and bars around here.
Because all I can hope for is we don't have a brutal winter.
Yeah.
Now, on one hand, I want us to have cold because cold does kill off a lot of shit around here that we needed to kill off.
You're not talking about the homeless, are you?
Wow. Of course not. How will we make our money?
Oh yeah.
No, you know what I mean, like bacteria and stuff like that. Like we need in this area, we need a good patch of a good freeze, to come through. Also, you don't want the vegetation to start growing early because that can affect crops, and there's a whole mess of things. But anyway, a part of it is like I'd like it to stay, fairly warm. That way, maybe some of these places could maybe throw some heaters out in their patios and still be able to, have people out there, even if it's through the day only.
Yeah.
Or weekends only or something like that, to where they can still, because otherwise it's like, man, these places, you tell them they can only seat half as many people inside. Then they go, okay, well, I'm going to put patios out there. That'll help recover some of that space. And now, you have to take that away. It's like, ugh, it's going to be
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some people basically put up those enclosed wedding tents outdoors, but it's like, how is that any different than sitting inside?
Yeah, I'd like to see some science on that because I feel like it isn't much different. The only thing I think you can hope for is that there's fresh air blowing through versus recycled air in the building. That's
like the only ones that make sense to me are the igloos because you're sitting by yourself.
Yeah. That's just the move anyway. Just go sit by yourself wherever you go.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I know it's gotten to the point that like, every other week I have to go up to get my testosterone shot. My brother loves going to Panda Express when we go up there. Well, that Panda Express is a place where you cannot dine inside. So we have to go eat in the car. And, I've taken to put, like, I grabbed some plastic silverware and put it in his car because sometimes they forget. But also they don't have knives there apparently. And they give these massive pieces of broccoli sometimes. So it's like, it's funny because normally it'd be like, why do we need this? But now it's like, well, you have to because you can't, we're going to eat in the car. So it's like, what can you do to make eating in the car better? Because that's the option. And it's going to be too cold to sit outside and they don't have like, it's too bad they don't have like picnic tables or anything out around the place or other than the curb. That's the only place you can sit,
I mean, on a warm day, makes a, what's your brother drive again?
Like a Kia.
He doesn't have that van.
No. It's a Kia, like a Sorento kind of thing or something.
So I was saying, because, a trunk lid makes a great table.
Yeah. With that, it's not so bad because you can just hold the container and just kind of, scoop out of it and eat.
Yeah, you gotta do the old Panda Express shovel, I call it.
Right. That's pretty much
to make it a dance craze. It didn't really pan out.
No, I wouldn't think so. Panda out?
Hey.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And then the follow-up dance is going to be the egg roll. Whatever.
Egg roll right into the street.
Yeah.
But it's just funny how like even this far in, still like finding little things here and there that just those little tweaks that you still have to make to make things. What's the word for it? I don't want to say normal because that's not right. Just so you can pass by, I guess.
Yeah, so you can live life.
Right. And it's like, well, this works, so
yeah,
this is what we're gonna do. So.
That's honestly what I
and again, would you rather have that or COVID? I think I'd rather sit in the car and eat.
Yeah, like that's what I figure is going to happen to us is once winter sets in, if we want to go out, it's gonna be back to doing takeout.
Yeah,
and it's like, and I don't know. Did we talk about how awful DoorDash is on this program?
We did not on the podcast. You and I just were separately.
Okay, yeah. I mean, DoorDash really fucks over like small restaurants.
Yeah, a lot of those do, which is unfortunate because that's such a good idea.
Don't make any money when you DoorDash.
Yeah.
So it's like it's one of those things now. If I do takeout, as much as I love having shit delivered, unless the place offers delivery, I'm just gonna have to go get it because I want business to stay open.
Yeah, you want as much money to go into the small business. Not that you dislike the people driving for DoorDash, because I don't mind throwing money their way either, because a lot of them are just trying to make ends meet,
Like, I'll be honest, if I'm ordering DoorDash from, like, I don't know, Olive Garden, which I would never do because I do not like Olive Garden.
Oh, I thought it was you only eat inside because you like feeling like family.
Exactly,
right.
Yes.
And unlimited breadsticks.
That.
Yeah.
But I would not DoorDash like the little Mexican joint up the road that I like.
Yeah.
Well, one, it's right up the road, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, that would be really silly. Yeah. Unless you were like sick or something and,
Yeah.
Yeah. I hear you.
Like, I mean, one of my favorite restaurants in Toledo is now closed because they didn't survive COVID.
Strip club?
Yes. Yeah, they made a great steak, Brian.
Right.
Don't knock it. No, Greg's Grill, which is right
over.
Oh,
really? I didn't know Greg Oh, man, that sucks. Sorry about going local,
Greg had to
everybody.
close his doors because.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, and last time I drove by the building, it's going to be a coffee shop. It looks like, which.
Whatever.
I mean, I do like coffee, but I would rather have Greg's.
I would rather have Greg's because I don't drink coffee, but also, listen, Greg's had coffee. Might not have been the same kind of coffee, but they had coffee, so it's like, whatever.
Yeah.
I'd much rather see the restaurant.
I would rather sure have a cup of whatever coffee they were making out of a bag.
Yeah.
And an awesome special of the weekend.
I was just going to say, you'd rather go to Greg's and get Folgers than just get coffee.
Folgers with whatever awesome thing he dreamed up.
Yeah.
That was off menu. Because that was my favorite thing to do.
That's the exact kind of places that I worried about, and it sucks. But unfortunately, it's they're the what's the word for it? The collateral damage. You know,
yeah, it's an unfortunate thing.
Yeah, all you can hope for is that maybe after we get to whatever point down the road, that maybe the person will, you know, start a food truck or maybe open another place or something.
That's kind of, I mean, obviously, I'm not unfollowing his Greg's Grill thing on Facebook, because I'm hoping.
Here's something weird. Staying local, sorry for everyone who's not local. Did you see Inside the Five's opening a new location in Perrysburg?
I did see that, actually.
So,
yeah, I you know, here's something for you, Brian. Because I followed them on all the social
really
medias,
quick,
and I saw them talk.
For anyone who doesn't know, Inside the Five's a local brewery that Tony worked for a short time.
A hot minute, yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of those places that I saw they opened in Perrysburg, and I was happy for them.
Yeah.
But I had this little like tinge of like, man, I feel like I missed out.
Yeah.
Because I really enjoyed working there, and they liked me.
Yeah.
But they weren't. I wasn't making enough money
not enough
for me to last.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, but it's one of those things. I'm like, fuck. If I could have like stuck it out, I have a feeling I could be making good money there now.
Yeah, possible. You know. Yeah.
It's just one of those things. It's like, God damn it.
Yeah.
I feel like it was a missed opportunity, but
what can
you
do?
Gonna do?
Yep.
Life kicks you in the dick sometimes.
Yep, that's true. But yeah, I was
like 8 or 9 times in a row.
Right. Well, it's 2020, you know.
It is 2020.
But yeah, I saw that on the news tonight, and I was like, oh, awesome. I'm glad, happy for them because I like their stuff. They seem like good dudes. I met one of them, I think, when you and I were there. No, I didn't. I met somebody else. But
yeah, I remember who you met. Bar manager John.
Yeah, that's who it was. Yeah,
he's a good guy.
Yeah.
No, I mean, they are good people. They're really good to work for.
Yeah.
And they brew good beer and have good food.
I mean, during a time that we're in, it's amazing that they're able to open a second location. Because this is not a time most people are opening new locations.
I kind of feel like they thrived down there because they've got the open container laws in downtown Sylvania.
That I'm sure didn't hurt their cause.
Because I've seen many posters like, because they, there's all kinds of stuff always going on down there. Like, hey, we got a nighttime farmers market.
Yep. Well,
hey, we're gonna be selling beer at the garage door.
Something else I find interesting about them is it's always interesting when you go into a brewery and you see families. Because it's like, this has got a better chance of staying here.
You're like, what is this, Olive Garden?
Yeah, no, it's way better.
Sure.
But, because people look at this place as a dinner location that has beer versus a bar.
Yeah.
So there's a good chance this place is going to constantly be busy because dinner time, hey, let's go up to Inside the Five and get burgers or fill in the blank,
I mean, I kind of feel like that most of the breweries I've been to, and been to quite a few, that's what they feel like. They don't feel like a bar. But it feels like a place that people take their kids.
There have been a lot we've been into, though. When we're in there, you don't see a lot of kids in there. But then there's others, like Maumee Bay, where we've seen a lot of kids in there.
Yeah.
And same with Inside the Five. Twice I've been there, both times there was a good amount of families in there. And I'm like, that's a good sign for them. May not necessarily be the crowd we want sometimes, but it's really good for the owners because, it was like, when we had the shop catering to the casuals versus the tournament guys, We're the tournament guys.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Not really.
Because breweries, we are the professionals.
Yeah. So, yeah. But anyway, enough about that. But good for them. I was quite happy to see that. So.
Yeah. Actually, when we were, we went down to Swig because it's right around the corner from there. I was kind of looking for him. I wasn't 100% sure where it was at. Mm-hmm. And I found it later online. I was like, I turned left instead of right.
Oh.
I would have seen
it. How that's... It's funny because I don't think that'll hurt Swig at all because Swig's so busy that I think it'll work out with both of them. Fine. That's what I mean is I think they can both exist in a small, distance from each other because they're both awesome. So
yeah.
And
I like Swig's got the advantage of they've got a bunch of beer on tap, but they carry everyone's beer.
Right, and it rotates, which is also really cool.
Rotates.
Yeah, while you're sitting there, they can be like, oh, well, we have this now.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of those, we were sitting there eating it, and I was just sitting in the plate and looking around, and they had the great music going. I'm like, man, if if I lived by here, I would be 500 pounds.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the food is so good,
It is.
and it's like the vibe is good.
Right.
Yeah.
That's one of those, like, the only hope I'd have would be if I lived real close, is I'd just be like, I just got to get a job here, so at least maybe I can work off some of my, money / weight.
My debt.
Yeah. And the weight, like,
Yeah.
maybe if I'm
fair
up walking around, I won't turn into 500 pounds, and then I can still have the food and the beers.
Oh, man.
Without going crazy.
That was a nice little, like, second lunch, basically, that day.
Yeah, I bet. So I saw the other day that the new season of Rick and Morty dropped in Hulu, and that made my pants tingle, and so I promptly, of course, watched the whole season, and because
like you do,
there's only 10 episodes, so it's not like there's a ton of them, but
right.
There were a few of those the episodes in this season that I was laughing so hard. And I really kind of feel like this got back a little more to what people expected from Rick and Morty. Because that last season was it was fine. But I don't feel like there was quite as many, like, ha-ha moments in it as there was in a few of the episodes, especially in this season. So, yeah. I mean, it's still Rick and Morty, so I highly recommend it.
I need to catch. I mean, I'm probably a season behind, I bet.
Yeah.
Because I haven't watched Rick and Morty in a while.
But it's cool seeing, like they advance Morty's character a little bit, and add, how it is with him. Like, they always add a little something to him, and, Mr. Poopy Butthole's back, and...
Naturally.
Sorry, Professor Poopy Butthole now.
Spoilers.
Yeah, that's all I'm going to say. That's it.
Oh, okay.
But all I got to say is anyone who, like, if you haven't seen the Dragon episode, holy shit, was I laughing hard. Because, yeah, I don't even want to spoil it, but I want to talk about it so bad because it was so good. But anyway, yeah.
Fair enough.
For sure, check it out. And I made a
for sure
big fat liar of myself because last week I was like, oh yeah, I'll totally finish up The Mandalorian and watch the new episodes. And I haven't done it yet. So.
Oh man, it's so good.
Well, here's the thing. I had to make a business decision the other night because I had already been binging Rick and Morty, and I was like, well, I've watched Rick and Morty, and now I have Red Dead that I have to install this giant update, and of course,
play.
And well, no, what I'm saying is like I had to download it, and we all know I don't have a lot of data, so I may have to wait a few days before I can watch The Mandalorian because
I'm just tagging the and play.
No, you're right. You're right. I will, but
all right.
But it's the 9th. Everything resets on the 14th for me, so I may just have to, might be a couple weeks before I full on get The Mandalorian out of the way. Plus, I saw it's releasing one episode a week, I think.
Yes.
So I ain't mad at the whole, I like binging that show when I watch it. Like, I like to watch like 4 of them.
See, I'm like, I can't wait for the next episode.
Yeah. Well, right now I could watch 4 because I have the final 2 and then the first 2. So,
right. Fair enough.
I do have 4
Now's
to watch.
time.
Now. Well,
wait,
no, it isn't. Actually, I have to look because I haven't watched a ton, but I do watch all the WWE stuff. So, that can suck a lot of data real easy.
Plus, you got to play Red Dead.
Plus, I got to play for it. Plus, actually, plus, as we talked before, playing games, works on that too. And the same night that I was downloading Red Dead, Madden was like, oh, here's a big update. And there were like 2 other games that were like, oh, here's like big updates. And I'm like, of course, why everybody update. I had a huge update for my computer. It was.
Yeah, nice. Oh, you also have to download Apex or Fortnite.
Yeah, I think the best way to do that would seriously be to come over to your house and download it.
Dude, anytime.
I think that's
I tried to get you over here the other day so we could drink.
Speaking of, we didn't talk about that. Fuck me, dude. So
I'm good, bro.
The weather's been fucking amazing, right?
Yes.
And every year, and you know it because you've known me like 700 years, every year we get a stretch of weather like this in October, November, where it's, maybe not this nice, but just a really nice week. And my sinuses basically just throw the double middle finger, kick me in the stomach, and hit me with like 5 stunners.
Naturally.
And, dude, I had the worst. I seriously thought I had a sinus infection.
Oh, yeah?
For a couple days, I had this horrible pain just like right up my nose.
Some delicious Welder's bourbon would take care of that for you.
You know, actually, it might have helped. The burning might have just opened everything up. But
Maybe.
I mean, I tried my neti pot. I took decongestants. I took a hammer and a chisel. A big spoon.
That is the move.
Yeah, I was so miserable. I had just awful headaches for almost the whole weekend. Like today's the first day I woke up and I'm like, oh, thank God I finally don't have a headache.
Praise Jesus.
Yeah, it's like, oh, my body's getting used to the weather change. And tomorrow night, cold front will be swinging through. So
yeah, exactly.
I'll probably have another few
yourself.
days. Yeah, right? It's like fucking sucks. So yeah, because I was not happy about it because I was really looking forward to, hanging out. And
No, seriously. You just come over and bring your damn PlayStation.
I like I said, I think that's the move because I don't know how big that game download is, but it's going to be big enough that, me doing it here is going to take me 3 days. So
it's like as soon as you come over, we'll hook it up, we'll get you on the Wi-Fi, and then, we'll walk away.
Right.
Let the PlayStation do its thing. We'll,
my PlayStation will be like, what's going on here? Like, this is unlimited? And then it'll just become sentient and kill us all. So here's something really quick. I was listening to the new Song Exploder the other night, right? And it's the Deftones and the song Ohms, which is the last track on the new album.
Right.
Which, if you haven't listened to it, you should definitely listen to that episode to catch the bass line for it. Because when you listen to the song, the bass line kind of gets obscured by the synths a little bit. And guitar, drums, everything else, of course. But that guitar line is so grungy, dude. It's such a good bass line. And I'm like, man, they really should have shown that more. I feel like that should have been brought to the front a little more. Because it's a great bed for the song. But, it's like, I just heard the bass line and I'm like, dude, this kicks ass. And then I was like, wait, this is the bass line.
Like, wait a minute.
Yeah, but it was funny because Chino Moreno was talking about how I forgot the guys, the guitar player in the band sent him some files of him noodling around for, with some stuff. And he was on vacation with his family. And he's like, my wife was getting mad because we don't have unlimited data and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you don't have unlimited data? Like, that seems so weird that a guy who's
It does seem weird.
I mean, I know they're not maybe the biggest band in the world, but they've had pretty good success.
Yeah, I would think they're doing fine.
Yeah, it's just like, I wonder why they don't. Maybe they just don't use their phones a ton. I don't know, but it was just so weird to hear someone who you assume anyway, is somewhat well off, is just like, yeah, we don't have data, so we're racking up and I'm like, I'm just sitting there going, what?
Unless maybe they're on vacation out of country.
No, they were going to the Grand Canyon, unless they don't live in the U.S., I guess. I don't know.
Well, never mind then. I was like, because if they're going out of country, I kind of get it, because then,
Yeah, because I was going to say, unless he was meaning more like they were out of, like they were in a dead zone or something. I don't know. But he straight up said they don't have unlimited
That's
data.
Hilarious.
And I was
I'm going to put it right there. That's hilarious.
Yeah. So that caught me very strange.
Yeah, that is something you wouldn't think.
Yeah.
That's one of those things where it's like, you'd assume someone of celebrity status, quote unquote, would have all that taken care of.
Right. But then
especially a musician, because it send files and stuff so you can hear it on his phone.
But they haven't put an album out in a long time. So, it's been a little while, so maybe I don't know. I don't know the reason behind it. I just thought it was hilarious that that he didn't. So also I was kind of like, if you're going to start dinking with getting files sent to you and working with, like he said he was chopping up the song right there on his phone.
Right.
And, doing different stuff. And I'm like, well, you'd think at that point maybe he might, just jump on his phone app, like, whoever his provider is, and just, bump his plan up a little bit to.
Like, honey, we got to go to a Starbucks. Why? I need their Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
I need the free Wi-Fi.
Yeah. I just thought it was kind of cool, though. Again, we live in a world where, guitarist sends him the file, and he's like, all right, I'm digging this. And then he just starts chopping the song up right there on his phone while they're heading toward the Grand Canyon. You know, I just think
Yeah,
it's such
wild.
that's so cool that we've reached that point that he doesn't have to wait to hear that track. Like, you know, he didn't get like a phone call from the dude that's like, dude, you got to hear this and play it over the phone or something. And, you know, like in the old days.
That is pretty wild.
Or like, you know, Pony Express him a Betamax.
Yeah,
or
like
something.
a reel-to-reel.
Yeah. So, I've listened to most of that album. I dig that album. It's pretty strong. I mean, I've always dug their stuff anyway, but yeah.
Actually, excuse me, I haven't listened to it yet.
Yeah.
I'm an asshole.
I saw System of a Down's got a new album going to be coming out. It's the first album they've put out in a long time, which is somewhat surprising given that they're a fairly political band.
Yeah, shocked.
Although when you read, like Heno pointed out to me, I didn't know this, that apparently the singer and guitarist have very opposing political views.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was like, oh, I bet that's interesting in the writing process.
Yeah, really? Wow.
So, yeah. Also, another quick podcast to listen to, speaking of nuts. Or no, it wasn't, God, was it Broken Record or was it? No, it was Song Exploder, had Run the Jewels on.
Oh, nice.
Again, and it was awesome. I can't think of the name of that track now. Shit, was it Just? I think it's the one where it's got Pharrell on it. It's got Zach De La Rocha on it, and it's the one that talks about the pictures of the slave masters on your dollars. I can't remember the name of the song. Anyway, but yeah, it was really interesting that Pharrell's part on there is pretty aggressive, and I was like, huh. I assumed that they wrote that and were like, hey, can you do something with this for us? But it's not. It's actually what he wrote. Like, basically, he was like, I'm going to write for Run the Jewels. Like, he wrote his own style into it, but wrote stuff for Run the Jewels. So, yeah. But that was cool. And, another moment in there when he tells, when LP tells Zach that he said it's funny because when you work with Zach, you either get rapper Zach or you get Rage Against the Machine Zach, and sometimes you have to tell him which one you need.
Oh, that's interesting.
So, yeah, that was kind of cool. And he's right, because when you hear part of the song when he's kind of rapping, and then there's another part where he was like, yo, I need Rage Against the Machine Zach for this part, and he wasn't wrong when he did that part. So it was kind of cool to hear the difference and also, just hear that kind of thing, because he joked that basically Zach is now like the unofficial third member of Run the Jewels.
Run the Jewels.
Yeah, because he's been on, like, I don't know if it's all the albums or at least 3 of the albums.
Yeah.
So anyway, good listens anyways, because those guys are always good to listen to.
Well, yeah, I mean they're smart.
Yeah, and their process. I love listening to them do the process.
Yeah.
How they put the song together and stuff. It's pretty awesome.
Awesome.
It's pretty awesome,
Friggin' awesome.
Fucking awesome. Yeah. So, there you go.
All right. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I was trying to think if anything else has really gone on this week, but I can't really think of anything else. I think I don't really have any news stories this week aside from, the 2 celebrity deaths. So.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty kosher myself.
All right. Well, I guess you want to move it to Q to W then.
Yeah, well, let's slide it on over to the Q to W, Brian.
Oh boy.
Which last week we asked you. You wake up from a coma after 30 days, find out you now have the most unfortunate superpower. What is it?
What is it?
Oh. Well, Michelle, she says you could fly, but have terrible vertigo and a fear of heights, so you just take the bus like a schlub.
I like that one. That would suck.
It would be.
You go to fly, and you're like, holy shit, I can fly. Oh, God.
Oh, Jesus.
You're just, just spinning around, like, all willy-nilly.
Right. Willy, I love willy-nilly.
Yeah, me too.
So, Dev, the man monster, Big Dev,
yep.
He says, You can instantly teleport to anywhere you want, but you uncontrollably shit your pants on arrival.
I feel like that's worth it because you could prepare for it.
True.
Right?
True,
because
yeah.
you just strap a trash bag on you or something when you show up. Oh God. And then, you'd have a change of clothes and, you just duck into a bathroom and clean up real quick,
Naturally.
I
Now he also
it still would suck.
Hobied that shit.
Yeah.
So he hobied it. He says, your nipples produce the find your choice on demand. But as soon as you try to taste your own treats, it spoils.
Oh. So basically you'd get one use out of it. Because as soon as you figured out, like, is that bourbon? And you'd taste it and it'd be done forever.
Yep. But he could just be a real ass dude and not taste his own bourbon and just show up with a nursing bra and hook up his boys.
So if we're having a gathering and Dev shows up in a nursing bra and says, "Boys, have I got something for you?" And he just unleashes, unfurls his glorious nipples out there. You're lining up for shots?
Dude, I mean, why not? Why wouldn't you?
All right, I'm just saying. Without making him prove that it's bourbon?
100% Dev right off the tap.
That could go really bad, right? Like,
that could go horrible.
Just sucked it through a hose.
That's all I got right there, my guy.
All right.
But over here on the Instas.
Yeah.
There we go. A new answer, actually. Our new answerer. The Balanced Insanity Podcast.
All right.
They said the power to be made of glass.
They didn't explain why, though?
They did not explain why.
All right. I mean, it would kind of... I guess it depends, right? Because if it's really thick glass, it wouldn't be as bad. But if it was really thin glass, it would really suck.
Yeah. I mean, it would suck for me because I work with glass all day, and I'd be like, this sucks. I just took my work home, goddammit.
But it also sets you up to where there's only a short step for an origin story. One time you're tired, you try to fix a machine, it goes kablooey, next thing you know, you're made of glass.
Made of glass.
Right? And you're, I don't know, Glasshole or whatever you call yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, the Glasshole.
Yeah.
Naturally. And then Philip, he goes, uncontrollable finger and toenail growth. Yes, you'll be able to scale trees as part of the power. Just long and nasty looking nails.
Like, more and clip them, and it's just like they're just right back to like 10 feet long.
Yep, exactly.
Jeez.
You got to do like that open splayed finger typing when you're on a keyboard.
Right.
Yeah.
Either that or you just got to use a pen, Yep. Clack, 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 clack.
There you go. That's the answers that we had on my end of things over here, Brian. How about you?
That's fair. I got one from Cheeto, and it was, my after coma superpower will be the ability to tell what you ate and when you ate it by the smell of your farts. I'm pissed about this superpower already.
I mean, it's not terrible, is it?
No, but what it reminds me of is, I think I talked about it on here. Oh, who was it? It was a sketch Conan kept trying to get on Saturday Night Live that was called Dr. Fart. And it was that, like, a bunch of doctors would try to diagnose somebody and wouldn't be able to. He'd come in and be like, I need you to fart kind of a thing. They'd fart, and he would immediately solve whatever their medical problem was.
God damn it.
Yeah. And the first time he pitched it, like, Al Gore was the guest host of Saturday Night Live, and they were like, you want the former vice president? And he goes, no.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree. I think he should have. I think it's a great sketch. I think it still would work.
I think so too.
But then he also says, sorry to disappoint on the lack of peanut butter answers, but thinking about the good goosebumps caused by peeling off that paper foil seal had me changing my drawers before I was able to type.
I mean, that sounds like superpower right there.
Right? Scraping the bottom doesn't give me the goosebumps. I take that as a sign of victory, and I know there's always a fresh jar waiting for Daddy in the cupboard. Just picturing him going to the cupboard, who's a naughty.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that foil looks tight. Let's get that off of you.
That's fucked up.
Right.
I like it though.
Yeah. He just runs his finger around the edge, you know. Yeah, you like that?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Like, why? I look in your cupboard, and why does this jar of peanut butter have a ball gag strapped to it?
Mind your business.
The keep out stuff.
It keeps the lid on. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, fine, but why does this one have a zipper mask?
Once again, mind your business.
Yeah, right. He just runs over and shuts the door.
Yeah, mind your goddamn business.
Guess you're not very hungry, are you?
Oh, shit, that's funny.
Okay.
That's
right.
fun stuff right there.
That's the only answer I got. So.
That's it, huh?
Yeah, it's the only one I saw anyway. If anyone else submitted any, I'm sorry, I didn't see them. So this week, 1 through 21.
Alexa, give me a number between 1 and 21. There you go.
I couldn't hear it.
Oh, 16.
16?
16.
All right. You've been made
She's
into...
only
No.
16?
No,
Oh.
nope, we're not doing that.
No? Mm-hmm.
Nope. You've been made into a Greek god/goddess. What are you a god/goddess of?
Well then.
Crapping thunder, right?
Wait, what?
Crapping thunder.
Yeah, eat lightning and crap thunder,
That's
right?
Right.
That's an excellent question. I think I'm going to have to take on the mantle of Greek god of Untapped. Maybe.
Fair enough.
I get a lot of shit about it from people, about how I'm always on Untapped. I feel like there's a better one, though.
I'm just seeing you, like, instead of, like, Zeus throwing lightning bolts, like, you're just winging, like, some sort of, like, badges or pin notifications for beers you've already had.
I toast people's beers from Mount Olympus.
Yeah. I toast thee.
Brian, I don't know.
Mine, I feel like, would be one of two things. One would be awkwardness, but probably more likely I would be, god of the hard pass. Like, ideally, it'd be similar to, like, what, I know Cupid's not a god, but it'd be similar to, like, what Cupid does, except I'm more the, like, I don't make pairs. I'm just, like, I help people avoid people, essentially.
I like it.
Yeah. Instead of shooting arrows that makes them come together, I'd shoot someone with an arrow so they have the wisdom to be like, whoa, like.
Wait, you're like, I sense crazy in her.
Like, no thank you. Hard pass.
Hard pass.
Yep.
Yeah, actually, I got mine.
All right.
I would be the Greek god of unintentionally falling asleep.
I'm just picturing, like, the big table of the gods, and of course you just randomly fall asleep,
Just pass the fuck out.
Whenever, yeah. And Zeus is always getting frustrated with you, like, who gave him that power?
Like, what? Why? It's only 10:30.
Yeah. A.M. I'm a sleepy boy.
It's only for short bursts, and then I feel better, and I fall asleep like 15 minutes later.
But you've always got the, like, ankle length, nightgown type thing, and the hat with the pointy hat,
Yeah, exactly.
And the little candle on the saucer that you carry around,
I mean, what do they call it?
In a pillow.
I know gods don't have a mission statement, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like basically mine would be, I'm just resting my eyes.
Right. I'm just picturing. Okay, so what if people were afraid that they had angered you? What?
Oh, that shit's gonna happen when they're
No,
in
no,
traffic.
no. I was gonna say, what do they sacrifice to appease you?
Oh, I see. What did he say? You know, good times at night, I guess.
Oh
they
my!
just fall asleep.
Oh my! You like swinging there like you're the Tooth Fairy, but collect nocturnal emissions? I mean, what are we talking here? Like you just got a vial?
No, I'm saying like, you know, they get to miss out on the stuff they should have been doing because they fall asleep on their couch.
Okay. I appreciate
like a bunch
that.
of assholes.
They wake up and they're, 3/4 into their game of Madden that they started like half an hour ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they just keep getting penalties.
What happened? What?
Oh no. What? Later on, like they just nudge your like in the books and stuff, they nudge it to where they call you like, the god of time or time travel kind of a thing.
Oh. Yes, short-term time travel. I can't even talk.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, like have you ever needed to pass out and wake up 5 minutes later? I'm the god for you.
No,
yeah.
Too bad.
Like nobody has that. Yeah. Man, good shit. All right, fun.
Good times.
Come on.
Oh man.
All right. Well, speaking of Tony falling asleep already.
Oh, I know, right?
I mean, it is 10:30.
It's 10:30. It's the witching hour.
Oh no. Just snap your fingers and you just fall asleep.
Yep, exactly.
Tony's like like the god that Tony is like the biggest like cock block for the Sandman.
Yes.
He comes by and he goes to sprinkle the fall asleep stuff. You're already out and he's like, God damn it. And he turns right before he walks out. You're like, what's going on? And he's like, turns around, you fall asleep again.
God damn it.
It's like, you know what? And he just leaves like a bucket next to you. Like, sprinkling on your damn self.
Fine, you do it.
Yeah.
Don't mind if I do.
Yeah. Ooh, dump the whole bucket on your head. Realize it's just glitter.
I'm not mad at that.
Yep. Doesn't help you sleep at all. It's just glitter.
Yep, exactly.
Yep.
Just glitter.
Yep. Just like everything in life.
All that glitters is more glitter?
I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. I got nothing.
You know what I got?
What's up?
To tell you to head over to saltylanguage.com.
Very nice.
All the links for the social medias are there. The show notes and links will be there. Past episodes. You can find a link to the network that we're part of. Danger! Watch your back! Danger! Tangent Bound Network. So hard to do every time.
I know. I can't help it though. I mean, it's tradition.
No, I agree. It's just tough.
I can't think of. I should look for songs that have tangent in the lyrics, and maybe we can get a new thing. But it won't be ever as good as Mystical.
No, it won't be. Speaking of,
just saying.
Early in the show, when we're speaking of celebrities, and also remembering the one thing or two things that they did that was like, ooh, yeah, Mystical's right there on the list. Except he's still alive, I think. So
I believe he's still alive. Yes.
Yeah, so.
Still alive.
Anyway, if you want to reach out to the show, you can find us on Twitter at salty_language. You can find me at Stunami on Twitter and on Instagram.
You can find me at Monotony on Twitter and The Monotony on Instagram. And, we're also Salty Language on TikTok.
Yep.
And you can go to Salty Language Pod for, the YouTubes.
Yeah, that's what I was just
for
going to say
a
too.
little streaming game action.
Sure. Yeah.
And such.
Yeah, whenever we do that. I see we got a bunch of spam comments on it. That was cool.
Oh, did we? I didn't even look.
We got like 3 or 4 on it, I think.
Sick.
Yeah. So, pretty awesome. Pretty cool.
Pretty sweet, dude.
I guess.
Spamming eggs, I guess. I don't know.
No.
Is that what's going on here?
Nope. You know what's going on? I don't know. I got nothing really there, but
excellent work.
Until next week, have a beer, you'll be fine. I feel like we're forgetting something. Am I forgetting anything?
I don't think we are.
It's all on the website, or if you need something, hit us up on Twitter.
Yeah.
Or go watch Tony's dancing videos on TikTok.
Oh, man. Just wait for when I put out my WAP video.
Wet ass perineum.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. No, I guess saltylanguage.com, we say that? I don't know. I feel like we're forgetting something too, but
yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
It wouldn't be the first time we fucked up a show.
True enough. All right, well, there you go. So I guess until next time, have a beer, you'll be fine.
Stay salty.
And don't be a glasshole.
Yeah, no, that's right out.